Hello, everybody. So today I'm going to begin the second grade Go Math lessons. And our first lesson in the second grade Go Math textbook starts on page 13. And lesson 1.1 is considered an algebra skill. And we're going to be discussing even and odd numbers. And so the essential question that we should be able to answer at the end of this lesson is, how are even numbers and odd numbers different? Okay, so I have some cubes here. And let me read you a situation. And when I finish reading the question, I want you to try to place blocks to model that problem. Okay? So here we go. Becca has 8 toys. Can she put her cars in pairs on a shelf? Okay, so go ahead and pause the video and set out pairs of cubes vertically on the tens frame on page 13 to see if she can put the 8 cars in pairs on a shelf. All right, so let's see what you did. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you look at this 10 frame and we look at the cubes vertically, every cube across the top has a pair on the bottom. So we have our cubes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So she can put all 8 cars in pairs. So how many pairs does she have? Well, she has 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pairs of cars on the shelves. On a shelf. Okay. And now we can also count these by twos. Okay. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. So any number we count by 2 is an even number. All right, so now try this. Okay, go ahead and clear off your cubes. And after I finish reading the example, I want you to try to do it again. Pause the video and set out your cubes and see if this number is even or can be set up in equal pairs. So now let's say Becca has 7 toy cars. Okay, Becca has 7 toy cars. Can she put her cars in pairs on a shelf? Okay, go ahead and pause the video and set out 7 cubes. All right, what'd you come up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, this one has a pair on the bottom. This one has a pair on the bottom. This one has a pair on the bottom. But this one doesn't have a pair. So we'd say this is left over. Okay, so we have 3 pairs with 1 left over. So she can't put 7 cars on a shelf in pairs. Okay, she can only do it in 3 pairs with 1 left over. Okay, and so we call that an odd number. Now let's count these by twos and let's see if we say 7 when we count by twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Did I say 7? Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh no, I skipped right over 7, right? So if I don't say 7 when I count by twos, 7 is an odd number. All right, let's clear it off again and let's try one more. All right. So again, pause the video after I give you the example. So in this case, Becca has 10 toy cars. Can she set the cars in pairs on a shelf? Okay, go ahead and pause the video and set up your 10 cubes. All right, what'd you come up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, as we look across here, all 5 across the top have a pair along the bottom. So this would be an even number. And so she could put them in pairs. So how many pairs? 5 pairs. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. All right. Let's move on to page 14. All right. So I want you to count out cubes for each number. And I want you to make pairs. Even numbers, okay, so this is important. Even numbers show pairs with no cubes left over. No cubes left over, like 8 and 10. An odd number shows pairs with 1 cube left over. Okay, so odd numbers have 1 cube left over, even have no cubes left over. All right, so 5. So if we see in our example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 doesn't have a pair. Okay, so we say that is odd. All right, how about this example? 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. Every block across the top has a pair along the bottom. So we say 8 is even. And you notice that the pairs are circled. Okay, so that helps us know if anything's left over. See how this cube is not circled? Okay, so let's do 12. So we know this is a 10 frame, right? So this is 10 already. And then 2 more, 11, 12. But let's go ahead and count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I see every cube has a pair. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs of 2. So 12 is even. Okay, when we have like 10 and 2, I'm sorry, 10 plus 2, that's 12, right? When we count by tens, and that's something we'll practice later, but 10, 20, 30, 40, those are all even numbers. So when we have a multiple of 10 in the tens place, this is the tens place, 1 is 10, and then there's 2 ones. All we have to do is look at the ones digit. So 2, is 2 an even number? Yes. Okay, how about here? 15. So we don't have to really look at the 10. We can just look at the 5 to determine if this number is odd or even. So let's look at the pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs of 2. And then this last one doesn't have a pair. So this number is odd. Okay, let's see if we count by twos, do we say 15? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Oh, I didn't say 15, did I? I went 14, 16. So 15 is odd. All right, so here, use cubes and count the number of cubes. Make pairs, then write even or odd. All right, so if you have 10 frames, go ahead and put them in 10 frames. But really, we can do this without a 10 frame. We just have to make sure we pair our numbers up. Okay? Or stack our cubes vertically. That means up and down. So let's count out 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there's 3 pairs of 2. So 6 is even. All right, let's look at number 2. 3. Okay, so grab 3 cubes. And can you set them up in pairs? Well, I have 1 pair of 2 and I have 1 left over. Anytime we have something left over, that's odd. All right, 2. Well, that's an easy one, right, guys? 2. There's 1 pair of 2 cubes. Even. 9. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then there's 1 left over. So we have 4 pairs of 2 and 1 left over. So 9 is odd. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have 2 pairs of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Even. There's nothing left over. Everything has a pair. 10. Okay, I'm going to leave these 4 here, and let's go count out some more. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 5 pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs of 2. There's nothing left over, so this is even. 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, well, I have 3 pairs, and this one doesn't have a pair, does it? So this is odd. Okay. Now, if you feel like you're getting it at this point, I would say pause the video, continue to do the work on your own, and then come back and check your answers. Okay, I'm going to do 13. I'm going to keep going. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, well, everything has a pair here except for this one. So again, 13 is odd. I have 6 pairs of 2 with 1 left over. Okay, and again, if we counted by 2s, you wouldn't say 13. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. 13? No. 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So 13 is odd. 11. Okay, well, we know this. If we fill up a 10 cube or 10 frame, we know that we have 5 on the top, 5 on the bottom. Okay, so 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. If we had one more, that would be 11, and it doesn't have a pair. So 11 is odd. Okay, so we're at 11, and we have to go to 14 this time. So 11, 12, 14. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs of 2 with nothing left over. So 14 is even. Okay. All right, let's go to page 15. All right. Now, this time we're going to shade rather than actually using cubes. We're going to shade to show the idea of using cubes. So shade in the 10 frames to show the number, and we're going to circle even or odd. So let's look at this one. So we know the top is 10, right? 5, 10, and then 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Well, this last number, the 7 ones, right? 7 ones is in the bottom here. And this last one doesn't have a pair, so it's odd. All right, shade in 16. Well, 16. So I know there's, if I fill up a 10 frame, I have 10, right? Okay, so that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 10 and then 6 more. Well, let's just look at the ones. The 6 is in the ones place. Okay, that's what we call this, all right? We have a 110 and we have 6 ones. 110, 6 ones. So we have all pairs. So this number is even. 19. Okay, so we know we have 10 and then 9. Well, isn't 9 just one less than 10? So we can fill in this whole 10 frame except for the very last cube. So we have 5 across the top, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Okay, we're at 18. If we add one more, that's 19. Okay, well, there's not a pair for this last one. So 19 is odd. How about 15? Okay. Again, I know there's 10 in the 1 means there's 110, and then there's 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we can count by twos to see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Okay, well, I didn't say 15 when I was counting by twos. So that's odd, and I can see it visually because there's 1 left over. 20. Okay, that's 10. And I have another 10, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so 2 10 frames is 20. 10 and 10 is 20. So there's nothing left over. So 20 is an even number. 18. Well, 18 is 10 and then 8 ones. So there's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, and there's nothing left over, right? So 18 is even. All right, 17. Which two numbers in the box are even numbers? Which two numbers in the box are even numbers? Well, if we can count by twos, and we should say those numbers, right? So I'm just going to go over here and I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and count by twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And we can also use our cubes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6 is even, right? So I do say 6 when I count by twos. Okay, and all of these are even numbers. So this one is even because it has nothing left over. So I'm going to write 6. Okay, and then I noticed that when I was counting by twos, I said 2, 4, 6, 8. So if I add another pair of twos, I get 8, and there's nothing left over. So 6 and 8 are even numbers. You'll notice that when we count by twos, I didn't say 3. I went 2, 4. So 3 is odd. And I can confirm that by using cubes, right? I have one pair of 2 and 1 left over. 5, so there's 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. If I add the fifth one, there's no pair for the 5, for the fifth cube. Okay, so 5 is odd. All right. So how you know that explain how you know that they are even numbers. How do we know that 6 and 8 are even numbers? Okay, so something like if you count out the cubes, 6 and 8 have several pairs with nothing left over. All right, let's go to page 16. All right, fill in the blanks to describe the groups of numbers. Write even or odd. So these are the numbers in this circle are all the same type of numbers, and the numbers in this circle are all the same. Well, let's set them. Let's go ahead and put blocks for like 4 and 7. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well, those all have pairs, right? Nothing's left over. Let's try 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there's one left over here, right? Here, there was nothing left over. And let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so these are all even numbers. So that means these are odd numbers. So there's going to be one left over in each of these. All right, write each of these numbers inside the correct loop. 5. Well, if you're counting by twos, do you say 5? 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, I didn't say 5, but we can also prove it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's not a pair for this last cube. So I'm going to put 5 in the odds. Okay, 6. 2, 4, 6. Okay. Can I prove it? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everything has a pair. So 6 is even. 10. Well, we know from a 10 frame that means everything has to have a pair, right? 5 across the top, 5 across the bottom. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I'm going to put 10 in the even circle. 11. Okay, so we're at 10, right? Let's add one more. Now we have 11. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Well, this one doesn't have a pair, so that's an odd number. 24. So 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay, so we have two sets of complete 10 frames, and now we need 4 more. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, so every pair, or every cube has a pair. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pairs of twos. So 24 is even. Well, 25 is just one more than 24. And does that have a pair? No. So 25 is odd. All right. And finally, number 19. Does each 10 frame show an even number? Choose yes or no. Well, is there a pair for this one? No. So that's not an even number. Here, everything has a pair. So yes, that's an even number. Okay, so that's it for lesson 1.1 on differences between odd and even numbers. So what I would recommend is that you practice with your parents, finding different objects around your house that you can put into pairs of even and odd numbers so that you can explain the difference between odd and even. So until then, our next lesson, I'll see you soon.